All right, man. We're here with Isaiah Solis. How you doing, dude?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm excited to have you in here. I read your book, and your story is inspiring for real. Like it's something that I'm excited to talk about and get you the opportunity to share it again. I know you've been all over telling everybody.
Yeah.
So let's. I mean, really, I just want to. How you been? How are you?
I've been good. You know, just trying to get everything together with my clothing line. Still going to school, and then now working on the second book too.
Okay, so we'll get into all that in a little bit. But how is everything? Does it feel like everything's happening fast? I know you're doing a lot of interviews. And when exactly did the book come
I
out?
dropped it last year in February.
Okay.
I was 15 at the time when I dropped it.
Okay. So what's the you just really kind of doing promo for it right now, right?
Yeah, just trying to get more sales and get my name out there more.
Okay. Yeah. So I kind of want to start from the beginning. Obviously, it's in the book. We don't want to get too much into the story and make them buy the book to get the story. So let's you born up in the city?
Yeah, born on Southside Oakland.
Okay. And then so obviously you, like I said, it's in the book. I don't want to give too much away. I'm trying to choose my words carefully. But you grew up in DHS Custody, right?
Yeah, until probably about 12.
Okay. And then
in and out.
So I mean, what was that like? That's obviously got to have a effect on you. What do you feel like that?
It was more of a traumatizing experience.
Yeah.
You know, being so young, you don't really know what to think when you're that little. So once you go through it, you're just like bouncing from home to home, but it's just another place that you're going to stay. So it's just like you don't really think too much about it because you don't really know what to do, or like you've never been in that experience, so you don't know, you know. So it was just like basically another home.
So what is that like as a little kid to never, you're saying like another home, and it's obviously it's normal to you, but that's kind of tough to never have like a set home.
It was not having a set home, but still it was just like a place to lay your head.
Yeah.
It was all different because there's a lot of different kids that you don't know about. Like there's a lot of kids I never seen in my life, and I was just like, oh, you know, it reminds you of like if you were in school already, and then you would go there, but they would still teach you and stuff like that. But then that's where you lay your head at night too. So it was basically all in one.
Okay, and then so you ended up actually getting placed with family members eventually, right? And
yeah.
Getting adopted. Okay, so that's awesome that you're good now. Like you're
straight now.
Yeah, that's dope. So I kind of just want to like just reading the book and even talking to you the few minutes you've been here. Like, what do you feel like I don't know how I really want to phrase this. Like you have a kind of an old soul. It feels like a lot of kids in your situation wouldn't take it as good as you did. You know what I mean? So what do you feel like you can attribute that to?
Contribute that to just staying focused. You know, because you're going to have, just like my book, when I put the past, you don't want to let it dictate the way you finish life. So I just see it like now, I see it as like back then, you know, it was traumatizing, like I said, but then now you get this old and you look back onto it and you not really, but you see how tough it is for newer kids now. Because, you know, some kids are still in there that's been in there the whole life. And then they get 18 and they get put on their own. So just like me, barely being in there for a little short period of time and then getting placed back with family, it was, I can't really speak on how much other kids are feeling right now.
Yeah. I just kind of like, what do you feel like, was there something that you can attribute it to? Is it internal? You just feel like you always knew like, this is just part of my story or what? Like, I feel like a lot of kids wouldn't have the foresight to be like, okay, I need to stay focused and, you know what I'm saying, not let this dictate who I am.
Yeah, I don't think it was in me then. You know, I was just living day by day, and then got the opportunity about the book, and then that's when I had a different vision. You know, I was seeing things differently because I couldn't just still sit back, you know, and just chill and be like, oh, I'm gonna let the book do what it does. No, I still had to go and, you know, promote it and get in contact with a lot of different people to try to get me out there more. I couldn't just sit back and then chill and not do nothing about it.
Okay, so let's talk about kind of how the book came about. I know you mentioned it to me just a second ago, but we weren't rolling. So kind of take us through, I know you were with Upward Bound, correct?
Yeah, OU Upward Bound.
Okay, so explain, if they don't know, explain what that is.
OU Upward Bound is just like is a program you can join as a freshman in high school. You can still join your junior and sophomore year and stuff like that, but they want to get you when you're young, when you're still growing. And what they do is they help you like either get into college, get scholarships, stuff like that. It's paid for too. Everything that you do with them is paid for. You go on a 5-week on-campus tour. So in the summer, you go for 5 weeks. You stay there, you eat there, you go to classes there, and you go do activities and everything with them. You stay for 4 days. You go Sunday and you leave Thursday after class. So what they do, they help you get ready basically for college life. And it's just like, it's a good experience if you want to go to college, but you don't know exactly how it feels. And say you already graduate and then you want to go to college, you don't know what to expect. So you can join that as a freshman in high school and then still continue it on until you after you graduate.
Okay, so are you a junior now in high school?
I'm a junior now.
Okay, so you basically already, you went through a summer of college basically, right? Where you
yeah,
were living in the
5
dorms.
weeks.
So what was that like?
It was really a good experience. Because me growing up, like I said, I didn't think I was going to, get anywhere like to where I'm at now. So when I was there, I was just like, it was shocking. Because, you see all the college people. And me being an OU football fan too, seeing all the football players come in. And we seen most of them when we go eat and stuff like that in the mornings. And it was just a shocking experience. But I feel like it made me into a better person too, because I actually see now if I do want to go to that route to college, I know what to expect. Okay, and then so tell us how that experience pivoted into you writing the book. That experience pivoted to me writing the book is basically it gave me another chapter to write about, because I didn't want to just feed off of what happened in the past and then not know what else to put into a page. So when I wrote the book too, I contributed about the Upward Bound program and how it got me to the position I'm in.
So, well, I mean, like, as far as like, what was the inspiration like for you to actually sit down and write the book?
The inspiration was just getting the opportunity, because I just want to let the opportunity go that could get me into a better position to waste. Yeah, so talk about that opportunity a little bit and kind of how, like, you said you got it from someone that worked in the Upward Bound program, right? Yes. Okay, so she just knew your story and it just kind of felt like it was inspiring. It started basically, it was the first week we were there, and she came in, and then our advisor for Upward Bound is his aunt that works there. So when we did that, she came in, we had a guest speaking, she taught us about her job and telling us more about the college missions and stuff like that. And then we played a game. The game was a lot of people getting into a circle, and then there's balls in the middle, and then she would ask a question, and if you ever been in that situation or anything like that, you'd go grab a ball, and then she asked, has anybody ever been in DHS custody? And me being the only one out the whole group, there's probably about 30 of us in there. And then I went up there, and then she just seen me. She said she seen me as a strong person, just because most of all the other questions she asked, there was a lot more people than just one that went up. And me, I didn't really never speak on my story. So she was asking me, have you ever told anybody about it? Have you ever did anything like this with it? And I was just like, no, I usually kept it to myself. Not a lot of people knew about it. But I was just like, you know what, this is a place to open up. So I just went, and then at the end, she does like these awards. And then with her being a publisher, she said she usually does one published book for one person out the group that she seen like as an outstanding person. So I went, and then she gave me that, and then I took about 2 weeks just thinking about it, because I didn't never like writing in school. Yeah, like, I could write if you give me a prompt, but anything like that, I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. So it was just me thinking a lot, and then it took me talking to my parents and everything like that, and they were just like, do it. So like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I think it's dope. It's a story that a lot of people can relate to in different ways. Just a lot of people are touched by that system. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I think it's dope for you, especially you're so young. Like, it's crazy to me that you're 17 doing all this stuff. Yeah. I still see it at the same way. I'm just like, damn, I'm 17. You are, yeah. It's super dope that you're like willing to put your story out there and inspire other people at that young of an age. But then, so let's kind of talk about. You said you're gonna try to write another book. Yeah, actually I already have it written.
Okay.
It's in the process of getting published now.
Okay.
So it's in the editing process right now. So hopefully by February, so I have a year difference. If I have a year difference in between those two books, I feel like I could get more. Because when I first started selling the book, it wasn't getting nowhere. It took me about a week just to get people to see it. So now I feel like I got enough people to see it, like the representative of Oklahoma and stuff like that. He was shouting me out and everything. So I feel like now I got enough people that actually know a little bit about me. So if I go and drop the second one, I still have, I have more of a fan base type thing to feed off of to get more buys and sales.
So what is the second book going to be about? Just more of your story, or?
No, actually I changed it up. The second book, I started doing like quotes and poetry.
Okay.
Just so I can basically motivate more people. Because that book was to tell people about how it starts, and then the motivation is something you need to get day by day. So I think that's what I'm gonna name the book to, is Day by Day.
Okay.
Because when I have different quotes you can read, from day to day basis, and just get you out your comfort zone and show you there's other things that you can do, and people really are trying to motivate other people to get more successful and have more people grow from the city.
Yeah. Are the quotes something that you've written, or?
Yeah, the quotes are everything that I've written.
Okay, that's dope. So let's talk about. I know you're doing a lot. You're trying to get a YouTube channel. You just started, right?
Yeah, I started the YouTube channel. I'm finna upload. Well, I've been trying to upload every Friday at 2:15, but when the ice storm hit that 2 weeks, I was out of power, so I was like, damn, I ain't got nothing. I didn't have nothing to post.
Yeah.
Cause I was just trying to basically just personal reasons and stuff like that. So now I went to a Canna Grudge match last night, so I got a video coming this week.
Okay. So what kind of content are you looking to post on the YouTube channel? Just like vlogs, or?
Honestly, I vary different things: car shows, personal things, vlogs. More of trying to bring more people together type things. So what I started doing was, my first video was just me at the studio recording the audio version to the book, and then the other ones was just, I have a couple where I got a lot of people together from the city and have people send me pictures and stuff like that, so I can put it into just a little visual to show other people that's watching those videos what the city really has. Because a lot of people, don't really make it out of Oklahoma. So I'm trying to get more people to notice what we have here, more than just, oh, they only have this person here, they only have this person,
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other states that have a lot of people making it out. And here there's probably only a couple of them. So I'm really trying to bring more people together here so we can all expand and get more further places.
That's dope. That's a similar mission to what we're trying to do, just more centralized to music and arts and stuff like that. But it's crazy. I know I've said this already. It's crazy to me that you're that young and already have that foresight. Because there's grown 30, 40-year-old men that can't wrap that concept, or can't grasp that concept, that they need to. If everyone come together in the city and the state, that everyone's gonna, benefit from it. And that's dope to me that you're.
I'm also trying to do interviews too, because I know a lot of people that grew up in the similar situations, but didn't have the open door that I had to walk through.
Mm-hmm.
So with me joining the Upward Bound and stuff and having that door open, there's a lot of kids that's been in similar situations in the city that don't ever talk about it, or they never had that door being open for them. So what I'm trying to do too is bring more of them together, kind of community type groups type thing, so I can do interviews with them. So I can pave a road for them to walk on. So I can just, get their story out too. So the people that's behind me can see those other people's stories too, and try to, reach out and stuff like that to them.
Yeah, I think that would be a dope idea for a podcast. And obviously
that's what I was thinking. There's a podcast interview type thing. Kind of like how the Half Court podcast does. Mm-hmm. Where they have a podcast, but they still do the visuals and everything like that.
Yeah, that's dope. Let's kind of I want to talk about the clothing line too. So it's
Old Town Clothing.
Old Town Clothing, my bad.
No, you're fine.
So kind of just talk about, is it the same idea basically? You're just trying to represent for Oklahoma City? And
yeah, basically what I'm trying to, I have a different mission for Old Town Clothing. Old Town Clothing is something I'm trying to put together to show other people you don't have to have a lot of money and stuff like that to start your own business. Like, you know, a lot of people, they encourage people to go to college, but then there's other people that don't have. Some of them are already in the rough patch in their life. They don't have that opportunity to really not go to college, but they just don't see that in their vision. So what I'm trying to show younger kids is you can do a lot without having a college degree. And I ain't even graduated yet, you know, so I'm still trying to show them, if you say someone dropped out, you know, they still have other things they can do to build money and build on themselves.
That's dope. So what are your future plans, your goals? What do you feel like? Are you want to go to college, or do you rather just keep writing and do it for yourself?
I feel like I have a vision of college, you know, with all the experiences I've been through with like going to college tours and stuff like that. So it's something there, but then again, I feel like if my clothing line takes off and if my books get further than I expected, and I can get enough, not really money, but enough attention and stuff, I can help other people like around the city and just help them get to their goals. So I feel like just me right now, I'm basically just riding the wave of the writing and still going to school in Metro Tech for auto body collision works and then the clothing line too. So I got a lot of different things that I see myself doing. So like if one of them don't work, you know, I still have something back to fall on. But I feel like in the next year or so, if I get some more looks at for college and stuff like that, then I feel like it was something I'd probably contribute just to, you know, try and experience and see how things go.
Yeah, it's definitely not. There's definitely other avenues. It's not the only path. I know a lot of times in school they'll try to
like
make it seem like you have to go to college, but it's definitely not.
That's what I'm trying to show with the clothing line. Like I ain't even graduate high school yet, like I said. So it's just like you can do a lot of things even when you're young.
Yeah.
You just gotta have those connections and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to do with like my interviews and stuff like that. Cause you know everybody has a different type of fan base. So when I go in there and talk about my story, a lot of them people would come on to me, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do with, like I said, on the podcast and stuff like that with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, Isaiah, I appreciate you sitting down with us. Your story is crazy. It's really inspiring that even, you know, you've been able to turn it into something positive at such a young age so quickly. It's kind of, I didn't really even tell you this, it's kind of something that's close to my heart. My mom works in DHS in Comanche County, so like I kind of understand the you know, how bad things can be, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
to see a success story from it is dope. So, you know, I'm excited to, you know, like I said, you're young, I'm excited to see what you can do. Anytime you want to come back, sit down, we can, you know, you do your new book, definitely do another interview. I appreciate you coming to sit down with us. You got to tell them where they can find your book. You
can find my book on Amazon at My Start Doesn't Dictate My Finish, and I'm going to be dropping an audio version to it soon, so you can be on all the major platforms, Apple, Spotify, stuff like that. Okay, and then plug everything, your YouTube, your socials, anything else you want to give them? My YouTube is Izzy from the O, IZZY FROMTHA, and then the O. And then my Instagram is Izzy from the O2. And then I have another Instagram for my Old Town Clothing. And then my Facebook is just Isaiah Solis. So you can contact me on any platforms and stuff like that to get any interviews or any questions you want answered. I got you. Dope, man. Appreciate you sitting down with this dope young dude. I'm excited to see what you can do in the future, man. Appreciate it.